Jonathan Sterling, heir to the Sterling Empire, knew the weight of responsibility. Every handshake, every deal, every public appearance was scrutinized. His life, a whirlwind of board meetings, charity galas, and relentless media attention. He was the golden boy, carrying the legacy of generations. Jonathan understood his duty, yet yearned for something more. A connection, a love untainted by the world's gilded cage. His parents, however, had other plans. Jonathan trusted his family implicitly. They had steered him, guided him, and protected him. So when they proposed an arranged marriage, he agreed. It was a strategic alliance, a merging of powerful families. His fiancée, they assured him, was everything he could want. Kind, intelligent, and from a lineage as impeccable as their own. Jonathan wanted to believe them. He clung to their reassurances, seeking solace in their wisdom. Still, a part of him remained wary, a whisper of doubt in the face of the unknown. Jonathan had only met his future bride once. Elena, they called her. Her face, shrouded in a delicate veil, remained a mystery. Her voice, however, resonated with a quiet strength that intrigued him. She spoke of her work, her passion for aiding the less fortunate. Her words painted a picture of compassion, of a soul dedicated to making a difference. Jonathan found himself drawn to her, to the enigma she presented. He longed to know the woman behind the veil, to unravel the secrets she kept hidden. Elena's life was a stark contrast to Jonathan's. While Jonathan navigated the corridors of power and wealth, surrounded by opulence and luxury, Elena chose a path of simplicity and humility. Her world was devoid of the extravagances that defined Jonathan's daily existence. She lived simply, eschewing the trappings of wealth. Her attire was modest, her home unadorned, reflecting her commitment to a life of service. Elena found joy in the little things, the smiles of those she helped, the warmth of a shared meal, the quiet satisfaction of a day well spent. Her days were spent in the slums, in hospitals, in places where hope struggled to survive. She moved through these spaces with a quiet determination, offering a helping hand, a kind word, a glimmer of hope to those who had little else. Her presence was a beacon of light in the darkest corners of the city. She dedicated herself to her charity work, her name whispered with reverence by those she helped. To them, she was more than just a volunteer. She was a savior, a guardian angel who brought comfort and relief. Her actions spoke louder than any words, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those she touched. Elena's past was shrouded in secrecy, a mystery that fueled whispers and speculation. People wondered about the life she had left behind, the reasons for her self-imposed exile from the world of wealth and privilege. Her silence on the matter only deepened the intrigue, making her an enigma to those around her. Some whispered of a scandalous past, others of a life tragically altered. There were rumors of a great love lost, of betrayal and heartbreak, of a fall from grace that had led her to this path of redemption. But Elena never confirmed nor denied these stories, choosing instead to let her actions define her. Jonathan, captivated by Elena's enigmatic nature, found himself drawn deeper into her world. He was intrigued by the contrast between her humble existence and the whispers of a once glamorous life. Her strength and resilience fascinated him, and he yearned to understand the woman behind the mystery. He accompanied her on her charity visits, witnessing firsthand the impact she had. He saw the way people responded to her, the way their faces lit up at her approach, the way they clung to her words of encouragement. It was a world far removed from his own, yet it felt more real, more meaningful. He saw the gratitude in the eyes of the children she taught, the relief on the faces of the families she aided. These were moments of genuine connection, of lives changed for the better. Jonathan realized that Elena's work was not just about charity, it was about restoring dignity, about giving people a sense of worth and hope. Elena moved through their world with grace and humility, a stark contrast to the opulence he knew. Her actions were guided by compassion and empathy, qualities that seemed foreign in his world of cutthroat ambition and material excess. She showed him that true wealth was measured not in possessions, but in the lives one touched. Jonathan watched her, his heart stirred by her selflessness. He admired her strength, her unwavering commitment to her cause, and the quiet dignity with which she carried herself. In her, he saw a different kind of heroism, one that did not seek recognition or reward, but was driven by a genuine desire to make the world a better place. He began to question his own life, the emptiness that lingered beneath the surface of his gilded existence. The wealth and power that once seemed so important now felt hollow in comparison to the fulfillment Elena found in her work. Jonathan realized that he, too, wanted to make a difference, to find a purpose beyond the pursuit of material success. And so he stood at a crossroads, contemplating a new path, inspired by the whispers of charity that had transformed Elena's life. As the wedding day approached, the city buzzed with anticipation. The streets were alive with a palpable energy, a mix of excitement and curiosity. People whispered about the grand event, speculating on every detail, from the guest list to the menu. The Sterling wedding was the social event of the season, a spectacle of wealth and power. It was more than just a union of two people. It was a display of influence, a testament to the Sterling family's prominence in society. The venue was adorned with the finest decorations, each element meticulously chosen to reflect their status. Designers clamored to dress the bride, each one hoping to leave their mark on this historic event. The bridal gown was not just a dress, it was a statement, a piece of art that would be remembered for years to come. Seamstresses worked tirelessly, their hands crafting every intricate detail with precision and care. Florists flew in exotic blooms from across the globe. These flowers, rare and exquisite, were chosen to create an atmosphere of unparalleled beauty. Each petal, each arrangement was a testament to the lengths the Sterlings would go to ensure perfection. The media went into overdrive, chronicling every detail, every rumor, every lavish preparation. Journalists and photographers swarmed the venue, eager to capture the essence of the event. Newspapers and magazines dedicated entire sections to the wedding, feeding the public's insatiable curiosity. Jonathan, however, found himself increasingly detached. Amidst the grandeur and the chaos, he felt a growing sense of isolation. The opulence that surrounded him seemed to highlight the emptiness he felt inside. The weight of expectation, the constant scrutiny felt suffocating. Every move he made was watched, every decision analyzed. The pressure to live up to his family's legacy was immense, and it was taking its toll on him. He sought refuge in stolen moments with Elena, glimpses of normalcy amidst the orchestrated chaos. Their time together was a sanctuary, a brief escape from the overwhelming demands of his life. In her presence, he found a sense of peace that eluded him elsewhere. Elena, unfazed by the impending nuptials, continued her work. She was dedicated to her craft, her passion driving her forward. The wedding, with all its grandeur, was just another event in her life, not the defining moment it was for Jonathan. She navigated the opulent world Jonathan inhabited with quiet grace, never losing sight of her purpose. Her confidence and poise were unwavering, a stark contrast to the turmoil Jonathan felt. She challenged his perceptions, his priorities, his understanding of the world. Their conversations were deep and meaningful, pushing Jonathan to question the values he had always taken for granted. Jonathan found himself questioning everything he thought he knew, everything he thought he wanted. The life he had always envisioned seemed less appealing. The expectations placed upon him more burdensome. He saw the world through her eyes, the stark inequalities, the desperate need for compassion. Elena's perspective opened his eyes to the realities beyond his privileged existence, making him aware of the struggles faced by so many. And for the first time, he felt a sense of purpose that transcended his family's legacy. He realized that his true fulfillment lay not in maintaining the status quo, but in making a meaningful difference in the world. This newfound purpose gave him a sense of direction, a clarity he had never experienced before. The day of the wedding dawned, a symphony of white and gold. The city, usually bustling with the hum of daily life, seemed to pause, holding its breath in anticipation of the grand event. The early morning light filtered through the cathedral windows, casting a heavenly glow that seemed to bless the day. The cathedral, adorned with thousands of lilies, buzzed with excitement. Each petal seemed to whisper secrets of love and promises of forever. The scent of the flowers mingled with the incense, creating an atmosphere that was both sacred and celebratory. Guests, a who's who of society, whispered behind bejeweled fans. Their conversations were a mix of gossip and genuine well-wishes, their eyes sparkling with curiosity and excitement. The air was thick with the scent of expensive perfumes and the rustle of silk and satin. The air crackled with anticipation. Every face in the room reflected a different shade of emotion: joy, envy, curiosity, and even a hint of skepticism. It was as if the entire city had gathered to witness this union, each person bringing their own hopes and dreams to the occasion. Jonathan, standing at the altar, felt a wave of dizziness wash over him. His heart raced and his palms were clammy. He had rehearsed this moment 1,000 times in his mind, but nothing could have prepared him for the reality of it. He had never felt so alone, so uncertain. The weight of the moment pressed down on him, making it hard to breathe. He glanced around, seeking some form of reassurance, but found none. His eyes searched the crowd, seeking solace in the familiar faces of his family. He spotted his mother, her eyes brimming with tears, and his father standing stoically beside her. Their presence was a small comfort, but it wasn't enough to quell the storm of emotions raging within him. Their smiles, however, seemed strained, their eyes filled with an emotion he couldn't decipher. Was it concern, fear, or perhaps a reflection of his own uncertainty? The questions swirled in his mind, adding to his growing sense of unease. The music swelled, announcing the arrival of the bride. The notes echoed through the cathedral, each one a herald of the momentous occasion. The melody was both haunting and beautiful, a perfect accompaniment to the emotions that filled the room. All eyes turned to the back of the cathedral, to the vision in white that slowly made its way down the aisle. The guests held their breath, their gazes fixed on the bride as she made her grand entrance. It was as if time itself had slowed, allowing everyone to savor the moment. Elena, ethereal in her gown, moved with a grace that belied the weight of expectation. Each step she took was measured, deliberate, as if she were floating rather than walking. Her gown, a masterpiece of lace and silk, trailed behind her like a cloud. Her veil, however, remained in place, a symbol of the mystery that still surrounded her. It shrouded her face, adding an element of intrigue to her already captivating presence. The veil was a barrier, a final layer of protection against the prying eyes of the moon. Jonathan, his heart pounding in his chest, watched as she approached. Each step she took brought her closer to. With each step, his emotions intensified. He felt a mixture of awe and fear, love and doubt. He felt a surge of hope, a flicker of excitement mixed with trepidation. This was the